Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the third Fluffy podcast.
Hello, Sick Tim.
Hi. That's right, I'm not well, and I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Sorry. So if I sound a bit off, that's because I am a bit off.
Man flu.
Yeah, I hate that word, but I'll fully admit to being a participant.
I participate in the man
So what
flu.
have we got lined up for this podcast, Rob?
Well, I thought we'd talk about what we've been playing again this week.
Awesome.
What we've been looking at, future developments and things on the horizon, and sparkly new games. And of course, we'll do some channel news. Sparkly, yeah. You know,
nice.
Things that make you excited in the future.
Yeah,
and
like ponies and things like that.
Well...
No, wait, never mind. So what the hell have we been playing?
What the hell have we been playing? What have you been playing? What have we been playing? APB, that's surprising.
Yeah.
All points bulleted.
APB. Well, whose idea? I think that was Happerblap's idea, wasn't it?
It was Happerblap's idea, and it was probably the funniest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, we did have a bit of a laugh, a good old snigger while we were having a play around in APB. I remember when we kind of fired it up initially. Blinky, our friend Blinky, kind of messaged us in Steam saying, "What are you doing? Why are you playing APB?"
Yeah,
that
Priest did that too. It's like Priest messaged me saying, "What are you doing? APB is rubbish."
Yeah, and we agree. We sort of never thought we'd play APB, but we got kind of, well, let's just have a quick look at it, and then I don't know whether it was because it was so bad, we just ended up kind of just laughing our way through the good sort of portion of an hour, really, just kind of running around shooting each other.
Well, I've been thinking about this. I don't think it's actually that bad. I think
But it is so bad.
The game looks awful. It loads terribly.
It crashes. We tried to play it tonight and it just crashed.
The UI is awful.
The UI is awful.
It's really counterintuitive. But the way the missions work, it's really, really fun. Like jumping into a mission.
Yeah, I just followed you guys around and
of course,
shot stuff.
Basically, what happens is you join a group and then you press ready. Obviously, as you might have done, because you must have done. You press K and ready pops up and everyone goes green, and then you sort of get pulled into missions that are happening in the area. But the interesting element of it comes when it's not just a mission you do with a group of people on your own that can't be kind of foiled. Obviously, as playing as place as we were, you are being attacked or trying to stop, or attacking the criminal underworld, as to say. Which is really nice, because they've got their own goals, which they're trying to reach to complete the mission, and they're trying to stop you from completing the mission, or the other way around, and that's how it all works. It's really kind of, it really works nicely. I really like the whole idea there. It works well, and the manicness that ensues with a group of random people against another group of random people is really good fun. It works very well. I haven't done enough.
Yeah, it's I just I just thought it was funny running around shooting you in the face, basically, and then teabagging you. Yes,
that is also fun. I don't like the way. I don't know, actually. I kind of like the way once I've actually done a mission, because when you jump into the game at first, you can't shoot any bad guys, and you're like, why can't I shoot bad guys? There's a bad guy right there. I want to shoot him in the face.
Well, if you think about it, if you pointed a gun at someone and shot them, they would fall down dead. There wouldn't be like this thing of, well, you can't shoot that person.
Well, yeah, exactly.
That's the unsatisfying part about that.
Well, no, you can do it. You can do it to civilians, and you can do it to party members.
That's satisfying, killing civilians.
But the reason they don't do it is because you'd never do any missions. Because you just run around and shoot people, and it wouldn't work as well. So if you ever do load into APB, get yourself into a group somehow. I'm not sure how I do it. I think you press
U.
O or U or
you press U, and it brings up the sort of social UI.
Yeah, and then you can join a group, and then just press K to be ready. That's the ready button, and then just join in with the group, and it'll all appear on the map and everything when you get into an actual kind of mission, and then follow that. Because just playing the game.
Do you think there's any danger of anyone who's listening to this actually playing APB?
Any danger? Well, they could have been like, well, I'll just try out this
Could have got
APB
drunk
stuff.
one night, decided to do something stupid.
If you are drunk with a group of friends and you will have access to APB, play it. It'll be very, very funny.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
It was funny. That was the only thing I got out of it.
Well, it was, and like I said, I do think the missions work really well, but I think it's more the fact that the game is hilariously funny with a group of friends than it is serious in any way, shape, or form.
It would be horrible to play on your own.
Oh god, it wouldn't work. No, it would be. It looks terrible. It runs terribly.
Yeah. APB. So what else is there? What else has been going on?
Well, I've fallen in love with Mark of the Ninja.
What Mark of the Ninja?
Mark of the Ninja, not
Explain.
Mark the Ninja. That would be
Mark
good.
the Ninja.
Hi, I'm Mark the Ninja.
Yeah.
Well, basically, it's a platformy game.
Oh, so original.
Stealth them up, where you're a ninja, you're hiding in the shadows, and you're seeking revenge. Because basically, all ninjas have to seek revenge. That's all they ever do, isn't it? I've never really seen a ninja game or film or anything where the ninja isn't seeking revenge.
Well, I don't know. I saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles once. I don't think they were after revenge.
Would you class them as traditional ninjas? I mean, like proper ninjas, or they just?
Well, yeah, they've got the face masks all sorted. By the way, good call on that, Turtles. Wearing face masks to hide your identity.
Yeah,
it's not like you
anyone noticed.
Fucking humanoid turtles that walk around.
Don't I know you from somewhere? Oh no, just give me a pizza. Be fine.
So, Mark of the Ninja. Complete tangent avoided.
Tangents are fun. Tangerines are fun too. They're orange. Well, sometimes they're yellow.
Total facepalm moment.
But yes, Mark of the Ninja was it's great, and it's got a really interesting. Yeah, Mark the Ninja. It's got really interesting mechanics to it. It's really well animated, and it's got like the stealth mechanic, which normally I hate in games like stealth games, just because the mechanic itself is broken in some way. Either the people see you from like 400 miles away.
Stealth mechanics in games are completely ridiculous.
Well, that's what I mean. They're rubbish, aren't they, normally?
I remember there was this game once I played... What was it? WoW? Yeah. And I played this game once called WoW. I might have played it a few times, actually.
A few years, sometimes.
But the stealth in that is like, you press a button, and then your character goes, whoa, and then you're invisible? Like, seriously, what the fuck?
That happens to me all the time, though. But I mean, like, in games like Splinter Cell, or what was it, IGN special? I can't remember what that one was ages ago. Where you basically spend most of the game zipping around on zip wires. But basically, you've got like two forms of stealth games. Stealth games where you try and be stealthy, but really you could literally go and nut the guy in the face and he wouldn't notice you. Or you've got the stealth game where you could be hiding 400 miles away and
they'd spot you.
Yeah, one guy would be like,
you've literally got to stealth the fuck out of the game in order to be successful. Yeah.
But this game really captures the whole thing really nicely in a good solid point where the stealth isn't frustrating and it's actually fun and it works.
So I've actually thought about it. That's good.
Yeah, you're kind of like surrounded by a bubble, like a fog of war. So you kind of.
What's the art style of this game?
Cartoony,
is it like
shank.
Cartoony. Okay, yeah.
It's very shank-like.
Okay.
And it works really well. It's just really nice.
Cool.
It's very smooth.
How much is it?
I think it's £12 on the Steam.
Oh, bargain, son. Get in. Mark of the Ninja. Definitely... Go there now and buy it. Boom.
It's definitely recommended because I like it and I don't like stealthy games.
I'm going to check that out.
So it's actually really nice.
Is there multiplayer?
Unfortunately not. There is no multiplayer.
Oh,
but it is worth...
It's criminal to make a game these days with no multiplayer.
Well, the game was made for Xbox
Live.
It's
like Skyrim. Remember Skyrim? We were like, this is great. But...
What? Well, you can now Rim the Sky with a friend.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a mod you can get for it which makes it multiplayer. I'm not sure.
It's not vanilla official. Though, is it?
Yeah, well, it's not vanilla, is it?
It's Skyrim.
Yeah, so you can Rim the Sky with a friend, or...
Fusroda!
Oh, now I've got the music in my head.
Ba-ba-bum, 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 bum. Oh, wait, isn't that the pirate theme tune?
No, Pirates of the Caribbean, isn't it?
I don't know. It sounds too
I'm
similar
a
to me.
pirate. I'm a
Wow.
Caribbean
Major tangent not
pirate.
avoided. Quick. Forwards.
Whoop, whoop,
Next content in
whoop.
podcast.
So yeah, now Hawken. Hawken is. It sounds like it should be a game about birds.
Hawks. Birds?
Yeah.
Is that not
and
what it's
stuff.
about? I totally
No,
saw
it's
that
not.
and was like, this is a game about birds where you're an eagle. I would play that game.
It's really interesting actually. I don't understand how these companies
If I was
organize themselves.
I'm not being funny or anything, but I would love to play a game where you were like an eagle and you could fly around. And if I was that eagle, I would find Frodo and the ring and take him to Mount Doom.
One simply doesn't fly in Mordor.
No, you walk.
Well,
Do you know?
you
It's
don't
funny
walk
how
out.
in the film he says, "No, one does not simply walk into Mordor," and then in the third film they just walk into Mordor.
Yeah, they're like doo-doo-doo.
Sorry, Boromir.
See, now you're tangenting again.
Sorry.
Bring it
Hawken.
back.
Tell me
Bring
about
it back.
Hawken.
Yeah, so I find it interesting that two companies. Well, basically, there are two mech games coming out. There's Mech Warrior Online, which is obviously the harking back to the
So is
original
Hawken
series.
like the other side
Yeah.
of this? Okay.
Hawken is a mech game. And it's really quite different
Okay.
to Mech Warrior Online. Warrior Online, you're playing basically what feels like a massive tank, and it feels awesome because you're in a tank and it's awesome. The weapons are awesome. Everything is big and
Awesome.
exploding and awesome. Hawken is kind of like awesome. It's kind of like the ninja version of Mech Warrior, where Mech Warrior is the lumbering giant of death. Hawken is kind of like the springy spaniel ninja kind of mech. But basically, it's fast. You can jump.
But in Mech Warrior Online, there are like scout mechs that are quite fast.
Yeah, but you still got that same control system.
Tank.
Whereas in Hawken,
yeah.
it's very first person esque.
Okay.
Except for you get the clunk because obviously you're a big mech, and
So you're still a mech technically.
Yeah, you're a mech completely, and you're in the cockpit and
But you have
all
a
that kind of
different
stuff.
control system.
Yeah, it's a very first person shootery in that sense, and
So it's kind of like Mech Warrior for people who don't have mech skills.
It's like
me. Like
it's like modern.
I can't control
modern warfare mech warrior.
Okay.
Like modern warfare mech warrior.
So maybe this is a game that you would consider if you are interested in Mech Warrior but don't have like the dedication to get your head around.
I don't think so because the thing with Hawken, it's completely customizable again. So like you buy parts, you stick them to your mech, and you make it more powerful, and you get different bodies and shells and all that kind of stuff. But the interesting part of it is it might where Mech Warrior is very team heavy and very tactical. I mean, like all the mechs are linked, and you can have a scout mech lock onto targets, and then a mech with massive rocket launchers use that lock to obviously just pound a target with rockets, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure how Hawken does that because I've only seemed to have played a deathmatch matches, and I haven't seen anyone else on my team. So it seems to be the modern warfare version, it's quick, it's fast to jump into, and yeah. Whereas Mech Warriors, it feels more tactical.
Fair enough.
Interesting. It's an interest. Considering the two mech games, they're very, very different. And it's good because obviously you have a difference because you can't just have two identical games because that'd be ridiculous. So hats off to the guys who put them because they are very different and you can see. But I just find it really weird how two mech games have just come out pretty much.
It's because for the last 15 years they've been working on them. And now they're releasing them.
It's like buses, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
You wait for a bus, and then two come along.
Exactly.
So bizarre. You've been bumming around in Minecraft then?
What?
I mean, You've been playing Minecraft.
That's just a bit rude, son. Yeah, I've been playing a bit of Minecraft again. I'm getting back into it a bit with the recent updates. And
I love bats. Bats are awesome.
Bats are cool. Yeah, I've just been getting really back into it, like in a big way again. Just not like massively, but just
not in a big way.
In a big way, but not massively. Yeah, I don't know what I meant by that.
In a little way.
No, what I mean is I'm getting back
In a
into
little Big
Minecraft
Planet way.
because it's like that, isn't it? Minecraft. It's kind of like you play it for a bit and then you get bored and then you go back to it and you're like, oh, this is really good. So
Well, but you stop. You're playing the survival. You play the survival, blah blah blah, and then you switch to creative and you build something huge, and then you get bored.
yeah, because once you kind of have your cake and eat it, you just realise that the cake wasn't really that great. It was all about the journey.
It's always about the journey.
Exactly. So
Minecraft
I've
is
been
always
doing a
about the
lot
journey.
of fun in survival. Just yeah. So I've been thinking I'll probably end up doing some kind of Minecraft themed content for the channel. And we've got our server as well, haven't we? Minecraft server.
Yeah, which
with
Tom has been dedicatedly building on again.
Which has like got a huge base in it, with like farms for like everything you could ever want.
Yeah.
Literally, there's a whole room full of like sheep with like every different kind of colour of sheep available in colour-coded pens that you can go in and just like use the shears on.
Yeah. If you have OCD, you will not have a problem with this base.
No, the base is complete. So we'll probably do a video that sort of shows that off as well. And I think what we should get into at some point is doing sort of like multiplayer Minecraft videos and things like that. And there are people who know things about the more sort of advanced mods that we'd like to do videos with, like TechIt and things like that.
Yeah, TechIt we want to look at, definitely.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have someone who knows the intricacies of TechIt, kind of show us it, because when it comes to things like that, I don't have the patience to like read about it myself.
No, God, reading. What's all that about?
I know. I'd rather have someone who's dedicated come in and say, "Okay, listen, do this, do that, and show me it." You know.
Show me the TechIt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. I like that idea.
Yeah.
But the bats are awesome.
The bats are.
You can actually
sometimes
catch
it's a bit
them
annoying because like you'll be walking around a cave and you'll hear like, and you can't see where they are. But then one will just kind of like fly right in front of your face. You'll be like, ah.
You got to remember though, they can see you. Well, they can.
They don't really hurt
sonar you. Okay, that didn't work. They can sonar you with their sound.
What?
Well, they don't see you, do they? They kind of like listen to you, I suppose. I mean, they're not blind, but they send out sonic, beeps that come back to them, and then they can detect where things are.
Sorry, are you still talking?
Pardon? There are witches too.
I've never seen one yet, but I believe they are in.
Yep, and they throw potions at you.
Oh, wicked.
Those kind of things. Wicked. Oh, very good. Accidental, but very good.
What else have we been looking at?
Well, interesting again on the whole. Oh, look at this! 2 mech games. Star Citizen, off it flies. Nearly 1 million now on the old Kickstarter, and I think nearly 2 million on the website. Awesome, because that game is going to be great. Nice to have a nice. Wow, awesome. Nice to have a good Star kind of like spacey game flying around again. All good, but then up pops Elite. Elite is being remade by.
What is Elite?
What is Elite? Elite is like.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Depressingly, Elite is like Wing Commander.
So it's the same thing.
Well, I'm kind of worried because Elite is.
Is this kind of like the rival to Star Citizen?
Right. Okay. Star Citizen is a space-based encapsulation of everything Wing Commander was meant to be, including the freelancer, Star Lancer, all that kind of stuff.
Star Citizen is like where you get to play with Mark Hamill.
Well, in your dreams. It's where.
Is he going to be in that?
You've asked that question many times.
No one will answer.
Well, if he's going to be in the new Star Wars films, then no, probably not. He'll be like, screw video games, I'm going back to films.
I will eat my hat if he's in the next Star Wars film.
They can call me Fat Skywalker.
Yeah.
And Grandpa Solo.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Do you think he'll kind of trade in his lightsaber for a walker? Or
maybe you could have a lightsaber walker.
That wouldn't work.
Why?
because it kind of cut through the pavement.
Well, no. It could be a walker, and then when he needs to fight, he could bring it up, and there'll be like 4 laser lightsaber swords come out at the end of his walker
totally
stick.
take care of Darth Maul, because 4 laser swords is better than 2.
Well, isn't he dead, Darth Maul?
Yeah, but in the new films, they go back in time to before Anakin was born.
What, can't they go forwards?
So
How could they go back in time and then find a fat Luke Skywalker with a walker?
No,
they can't go back in time to a fat
The plot of the new Star Wars is the fat Luke Skywalker goes back in time to kind of change history and then rewrite. That's how they're going to rebrand the franchise.
Fat Luke Skywalker goes back. Don't eat pies, Luke. Look what
goes
happened
back
to me.
in time.
Oh, and she's your sister.
And tells Liam Neeson not to train Anakin. And completely fucks up the space-time continuum.
Does he learn vanish? Does he have a picture of himself that kind of fades out?
And then Doc Brown rolls up in the DeLorean with Marty McFly, and everyone goes, "Huh?"
just as Mark Hamill starts playing Earth Angel.
The only way that Doc Brown can get off the Death Star is by flying the DeLorean down the Death Star trench, and hooking up the flux capacitor to the power coupling at the right moment.
Oh, and that's how he gets out?
Yeah.
So basically what happens is...
Before Darth Vader was alive, Death Star obviously is there as well.
Oh, hold on a minute, yeah. We haven't thought about this.
I totally should write the new Star Wars films. That'd be awesome.
Well, maybe it was like a cursor to the Death Star, like a death asteroid.
Like a death rock, yeah.
A death rock.
So anyway, what's Elite about?
Moon. Yeah, so...
That's no moon.
That's a death rock. That's no moon.
So, come on. Stop sidetracking. Tell me about Elite.
Elite.
Is Mark Hamill in Elite?
It's a space trading game.
Trading game?
Well, it's
basically... Is it like the auction house in space?
It's what Elite was. Elite was, you could go anywhere, you can fly around the universe, you can shoot stuff, you can trade, you can...
So is it kind of like... Is it kind of like GTA in space?
No, because
that's kind of what that sounds like.
There's not
is it like sandboxy?
It was probably one of the first sandbox-ish games, yeah.
Really? Well, okay.
I mean,
so you can literally just go around the universe doing what you want.
Yeah, well, it's about trading and about shooting down.
So
pirates.
Why wouldn't you just play Eve?
Because Eve is a massive time sink that destroys your life.
Yeah. But isn't that like what Eve is as well? Is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, Eve is that kind of thing, yeah. But it's, Elite.
So what makes Elite better?
Cockpit.
Okay, so you're literally flying.
Which is the same as Star Citizen.
Oh right, so
cockpit.
It's like TIE Fighter.
Yeah, it's like TIE Fighter mixed with Eve. So which is the only thing that I really disliked about Eve.
Yeah, you were never flying the ship.
I didn't dislike it. It was the combat was well thought out,
but it was that.
But it was that turn-based style combat,
stat-based kind of role-playing game style of combat.
If I attack this dude, I know I'm going to win because
the fights weren't exciting because it was like you fire your torpedoes for 11 damage.
Yeah.
And then that guy evades for 5% resistance or something.
Well,
and you're
it wasn't that
would
bad,
a fight really be like this?
It wasn't that bad, but basically, yeah, you could tell when someone was going to kick your ass, and you just wouldn't, like when you went farming the rats in 0.0.
It wasn't
really
$1 million that much skill involved. There was, but it
definitely was.
It wasn't like you were flying the ship and could dodge things physically.
It was more like having a skill in chess rather than a skill in you hid what you had.
I don't know about you, but I don't want fighting in space to be like playing chess.
Well, no, it can be really interesting.
Maybe the pilots should get out of their ships and float over to each other with a chessboard, and
Maybe. Well, Star Citizen is going to have a first-person aspect of it.
So
when you're invading things.
When you get
as in you'll be able
into the hangar.
Yeah, but more like an Eve Dust. Dust, the game that's on the PS3 where you run around shooting stuff.
Never played it, but yeah.
Well, it's basically the You know about Dust, don't you?
I heard something there's a game that's console-based that's set in the Eve universe, and that sort of things that happen in Eve have some kind of effect on it.
Yeah, you can basically hire out mercenaries who go and attack things on planets for you and take over stuff.
That's really interesting.
And it links up, and you pay them in ISK and resources and stuff, and you can fund your own little bunch of PS3 dudes.
Quite interesting, isn't it?
Well, it's a brilliant idea, but they should have put it on PC, and then a lot more people would have.
Yeah,
Be
definitely.
involved in
Why the hell would they never have done that? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, the problem they have now is the fact that they've put it on PS3, and therefore all the people on PS3 will be using controllers.
Yeah.
So if you had a squad of people on PC versus a squad of people on PS3...
Well, maybe they should be like PS3 planets, and then like PC planets. That wouldn't work either.
Yeah, but then
it's a bit messed up.
Yeah,
they should have just put it on PC to start with. More people would have bought it.
So basically, that's why. But yeah, Star Citizen will have that kind of first-person aspect where you'll have guns and stuff, and you can shoot stuff and run out of your ship.
Elite as well.
I don't know, because it never had that anyway.
Yeah.
But Elite was a generation.
Space games are coming back.
Yeah, exactly. It's really good. It's really good in the sense. I just find it really interesting that again, two things pop up at once again, which are kind of similar.
Yeah.
And Elite is going to be great.
There's been a sort of lack of good space-based games for a long time now.
For years. TIE Fighter was my last best one.
TIE Fighter was just epic.
I mean, like for actual combat and stuff.
For just the fact that you actually piloted a space fighter in space, and it made sense because of, you had resources like power to worry about and shields and balancing energy and things like that. So it was all good. I
mean, I really enjoyed Freelancer, but there was just nothing as compared to TIE Fighter.
Like that time of TIE Fighter, the only space-based combat games that I've ever really run across have been sort of way too arcadey or console friendly, because it's all this
or Eve
or Eve. It's like one extreme or the other, so where you're basically third person with the spaceship flying in front of you and kind of doing a simplified version of what flying is, and that's just not satisfying.
Yeah, I want to fly my ship, baby.
Yeah, you want
my joystick
fully control it and control the resources and the power and all that.
So much.
Yeah. I just remember so many times in TIE Fighter where you'd be in a really tight dogfight, and you completely knew where you were in the space. It really worked well in terms of the sensors showing you where people were in relation to you, and
because it had it up and down, wasn't it?
Some people would say, well, isn't it a bit weird when you just you can just see out the front window of the cockpit? It's well, no, because that's what flying's like, isn't it? You look at the instruments and you know what's happening in the dogfight.
Oh, and the TIE Advanced, and then getting the TIE Defender was awesome, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, the TIE Fighters that actually had shields.
Yeah, instead of the ping pong ball.
The basic TIE Fighter didn't even have shields, man.
You were literally fodder. I mean, you were thrown out there.
If you got hit twice by an X-wing, you were dead.
Yeah. It was nasty.
Yeah, 2 shots to kill a TIE Fighter. You had to be legit.
The TIE Defender, the TIE Bombers were fun as well, but the TIE Defender was probably my favourite.
Oh, well, I mean, that was the top of the line. That was better than the TIE Advanced, wasn't it? Because wasn't that the secret project?
Yeah, that's the secret thing that
you finally got to fly.
Yeah.
After seeing the cutscene of it.
God, General Thrawn was working on.
What a great game! It was awesome.
It was. It completely sucked you in.
Yeah.
And having to. Oh, it's just awesome.
And have the part where you joined the secret Emperor's order. And you could speak to the secret envoy, and he'd say, well, you're going on this mission to do this, but really, I want you to do this. And you felt wow, I'm part of
oh my god,
an inner circle.
I'm so on the inside.
I know.
Oh.
And they'd be over the radio in the mission, they'd be Alpha 1, what the hell are you doing?
You can't talk to me.
Screw this, I'm doing the Emperor's work here now, baby.
Above your station.
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome. So yeah, I hope those games kind of live up to that legacy.
Well, yeah, at least for the satisfaction of the in-game combat.
Yeah,
that'd be good. I mean, Star Citizen has a strong single-player option. I mean, you can play it co-op, but there's a big single-player storyline, which is really nice.
I'll tell you what, I've just realised though. It means I'm going to have to go out and buy a joystick because I haven't needed one for so long.
Or maybe. I mean, I'm going to look at trying to use my 360 pad and see what that's like, but
it's never going to be the same.
We'll have to see how the game's
compares
develop.
Really to the feeling of a big long stick in your hands that you can just wiggle around to your heart's content.
Yes. And then the other thing, which has interestingly come up on Kickstarter again, as many things have popped up.
Okay.
Like your joystick. Stick of Joy is Sui Generis.
What's this?
It's a game with the weirdest name.
It really is.
Now, you wouldn't think that this is some kind of action RPG set in a medieval setting, because it just doesn't sound like that. It sounds like some kind of hippie game.
Yeah.
But anyway, it looks really interesting because it's a small team, again, looking for Kickstarter funding.
Okay.
Only $150,000, which is actually really small compared to some of the projects.
Yeah, that's, you could buy a small house.
Yeah, but you're funding a team full time to work on a game, which is nice. So the lead developer dude has pretty much just coded everything from the ground up.
Nice.
Dedication. A whole new engine, graphic system, physics engine.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff.
So it's not like this guy's just gone and done this on the Unreal Engine or anything.
He hasn't just gone
He's
and
literally got dedicated enough to build his own engine.
Mm-hmm. He's completely built it from scratch, and it's awesome. I mean, I'm severely impressed. That's a word.
Severely impressed. I don't think that even. How does that work?
Severely, I don't know.
I don't even want to begin thinking about that. It's a whole other tangent right there.
Oh, so anyway, severely impressed.
So Sui Generis, action RPG with new ideas and shit. What does that mean?
Well, the new ideas and shit is the fact that it's got physics in it. Now, I know Diablo 3 had some physics in it, but this is like full-on physics. I mean,
what do you need physics for in an action RPG?
Well, it looks like you'll be able to blow things over with spells and push them into mobs, and use different spells or powers. I think they call them powers, abilities and things.
But you're saying here new ideas and stuff, but is this basically going to look like a normal action RPG with the whole top-down kind of view and everything?
Yeah, it's at the moment. From what I can see in the engine-wise, perspective doesn't actually have to be that way. I mean, he could switch it so the perspective is different, because you can spin round the perspective. It's not set in that.
Okay. So that's really good, because in these other games, you're kind of always looking from the same direction.
Yeah, you can check, but I don't. But from what I've seen, the engine and what it can do, it looks like you could actually probably put yourself in first-person camera mode if you wanted to. But I'm not sure whether that'll be, in the game as that's what he wants it to do. I think he wants a perspective angle.
Yeah.
But the other massively interesting thing is the character animations and things don't work as just a guy who's been animated and then certain thing happen. And for example, if you've got a knockdown mechanic in your game, if someone casts an ability that causes a knockdown, you get knocked down and you have to get back up again, and they're never going to keep you down. But in this game, the character models are done using muscle structure, and
so
basically, instead of animating it as traditionally would be done, it's done using what was that? There's a weird robot game where basically you have to control the robot to fight, and I can't remember, it's sumo something. I can't remember what it is, but basically
sumo grannies.
You're controlling the muscles of the character are controlled basically when you move. And basically, when you're fighting, it's not an animation again. It's an actual action. So it's hard to explain because it is an animation. It's physically is.
Maybe people should just go to the website and check it out.
Definitely go and look at it. But the interesting thing I wanted to mention was when you get knocked down, you can get knocked down, but it's not because someone's cast a spell that knocks you down. It's because your character has literally lost balance.
Nice. So actually, it's not just like someone's done a spell that says knockdown effect. It's literally like your character's gone, oh shit, I can't handle this.
Exactly, yeah. So
nice.
because your character has lost balance, he falls over. Now at the moment, it looks pretty good, but it does look like a drunk guy with two swords at the moment. Now, obviously, this is pre-alpha footage of just the basic engine running. But I'm impressed. I'm I am impressed, and it's nice to see that's a massive task to take on, to say that okay, we're going to dynamically have, you know, muscle control and balance affect our characters, and
I know.
That's a really.
But the question I would ask is it worth it? Yeah.
Well, it looks like it, because what he's trying to put forward is the feeling of combat rather than
and that's great.
The pushing of skills.
All I worry for this guy is that he puts all this effort in, and it just feels like a normal game.
I think it'll. We coughed that. I think it'll feel like a normal game, but I think it'll be quite different as well.
Okay.
I think it'll be different enough to signify groundbreakingly different, as in like what they're trying to put forward. And the work he's put into the engine. I mean, like, there's a full day-night cycle, there's a full weather random generation, there's full, it's incredible how much he's put into it.
Nice.
For example, when the rain falls, everything gets wet, and water distorts as well, so you get like water ripples on, because of the rain. Whereas in most games, a lot of games, when it rains, bugger all happens to the water, and it doesn't work that way. So
sounds nice.
It's
at least
really
they're
good.
Paying attention to the details.
Fully dynamic lighting and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, nice.
But if you go to click on the link in the below bit, you'll be able to go to the website and see the Kickstarter pitch video.
baremetal.com/SG/media.
Media. So yeah, moving on. Shall we talk about some news?
Some channel news, yeah.
Go on then.
So you might not have known this, but we've known it.
So
hang on. So that covers that story. No,
yep.
There's a fellow YouTuber out there on the internet that we've met who we like, who does sort of similar sort of style videos to like what we do, but he has his own take on it, obviously.
But he's southern, for one thing.
Well, yeah, exactly. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
We can't all be perfect.
But his name's Happerblap, and not in real life, obviously, but that's his YouTube identity. Imagine that. I mean, that his parents would have been like the biggest. Anyway,
what should we call him, darling? Let's call him Happerblap.
Happerblap, yeah. But yeah, his YouTube channel is. I think his channel's actually a load of Happerblap. Yeah. And basically, we've been talking to him a lot, and we've done a few videos a couple of videos with him. He was playing with us in our APB video. Yeah, we've kind of linked up with him in terms of our channels. So you'll see now on our YouTube channel and on his YouTube channel, we now have banners in place with, like, you'll see at the top, we'll put in the video for this, like, this podcast, a little graphic of it, but it's where you've got like the bunny and the grenade at the top. The grenade, if you click on that takes you to his channel, and he's got it where, you click on the bunny on his page, it'll take you to our channel. And we're trying to just sort of grow our YouTube presence beyond our own channel to incorporate other YouTubers who we think are, providing good content for people, so we can become part of a larger family. Basically.
Family.
Yeah. And we, Happerblap's a good guy. We like him, so we recommend him, and he's part of our little community. So
there.
Look for that, and then in future we want to kind of incorporate more and more people into it. So you'll see on that white bar at the top more icons being added, hopefully, in the future.
Yes.
As we kind of grow, we've been sort of hovering around like a 700 subscriber mark, and we obviously want to continue to grow and be able to provide more and more stuff, and that's going to be helped a lot by the people that we collaborate with.
It is.
And yeah, that's pretty much everything. There's been we've been a little bit inactive slightly on the channel, and we do we do kind of feel a little bit guilty.
What are you clicking?
Sorry, that was just my watch rattling. Sorry. But yeah, what I was going to say is we've been a little bit inactive, and we don't really like being that inactive, but we've just been busy IRL a little bit in the last couple of days.
IRL.
I know, yeah. Sometimes things just get on top of your son, innit? So, like, for instance...
Like your mum.
What? Alright, dude, seriously.
No, seriously.
Like Rob's moving house at the moment, and that's
I'm
taking
moving
up
400 miles north.
A lot of his time dealing with solicitors and estate agents and things like that. That's taking up quite a bit of his time, obviously. And I've just
of course, work as well.
Well, yeah, work as
and that.
He has a job, and I've been kind of just really busy as well, and I've not been well. Been phoning it in a little bit because of being under the weather, and I do other things as well apart from make gaming videos. For those of you who don't know, I also write music and publish it and things like that. I've been busy doing that as well. So go and buy all my music.
Go and buy all his music.
Yeah, but yeah, we want to try and pump out a bit more content over the next few weeks. If there's any specific content you want to see us do, as always, let us know. If you've got any questions about what we think about certain topics, let us know. Get involved with our community, guys.
If you like the sound of Tim's mouse wheel, let us know.
Yeah.
I can do that too. There we go.
As always, guys, we encourage you to be part of our community. Please talk to us. Please let us know what you think. And tell us what you'd like to see. That pretty much rounds out this podcast, doesn't it? Podcat, as you've labelled it there.
I know, we called it Podcat because a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was a Podcat from another group of people I used to be around.
Okay, great. Thanks for that, man. Now, anyway, we'll have to call this a day right here and now.
Well, it's a night, really.
Call this a night, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, or listening if you're not watching the video on YouTube. And don't forget to spread the fluffy love. Thanks once again, guys. And we'll see you again.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you now. Bye now. Okay.
Bye now.